everybody. So we are here to
Roger that.
begin getting some practice. Take off and land.
ICS comm check. Can you hear me?
So we're going to
Okay.
get our birds started up, and then we'll take off and land. We'll see where wind is. I'm guessing it's to the north. Excuse me if I have to clear my throat. Just feeling a little bit under the weather right now.
Okay, ready to start.
Just to give us this cue to start. Wait for that to come up. For those that don't have the F-14, I would highly recommend getting it. So far, I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Having flown the F-16 a lot, it's definitely it's a whole different vibe. It's a product of the 70s with a lot of analog technologies. I mean, you have a pretty good mix of digital aspects to the aircraft. You have a data link. Alright, right engine is started. It's reset. Go ahead and start the left engine. Let that come up. So what I'm looking for is above that line right there. There's a line. For the technical aspects, I mean, I don't really know the time. I don't know all the names, but we are going to get this thing started. All right, let's go ahead and start getting all of our screens on. So Juster's going to start the INS alignment by himself. What I have found is that unlike the F-16 or the F-18, where if you start loading munitions or anything like that, it doesn't really have much of an impact on the 14. I don't know if that's just the way it's been programmed or what the case may be, but it just is what it is. Make sure we have everything reset for takeoff on our throttle quadrant. So I've repositioned my track IR camera and it's setting me up where I'm sitting high in the aircraft. So let's go ahead and recenter. That looks pretty good. So he's setting the alignment, so you can see I have options. Basically, it's like you would on your on the F-16 or F-18 where you have a stored heading. You know how detailed, how precisely you need it to be. I'm scrambling. I'm probably gonna go right there, and then if I have time, I'll make my way to the right. You know, so the F-14 is incredibly fast. I mean, the longest portion is just gesture back here, clicking buttons, getting everything set up. Let's see what field we're at Kutaisi. Where you can see right there is TACAM station 44. And just to make good practice, I'm gonna go ahead and start making sure I have the runway there about. So 67 degrees magnetic, and there's a 6-degree deviation. So 61 degrees is where we have the course set to if we're going to be landing using TACAM. The destination is waypoints, essentially. And of course, through the gesture, see we've already gotten pretty close. We've got a little bit further to go. If we go to navigation, we don't have the option right now. But when we get up, oh, there it is. So we have our waypoint set up. Of course, a mission editor. If we have additional waypoints set up, or steer points, you can go here. You can go ahead and select the different steer points that you want to use. I don't know why it uses steer points and waypoints interchangeably, but it does. So there we are. Now, even though I said that it doesn't have much of an impact if you
We're ready to taxi.
start moving things physically on the aircraft, I wasn't gonna set my wings until after we had the alignment. So the wings auto, they should start coming out. There we go. We don't have any ordnance. That's a pretty full fuel tank. Go ahead and get that out. I'm not gonna have any flaps set. We don't need them. So I don't know how to get that ground barometric altimeter set, but that.
You bet.
So now we're already set to 44, so I should have set that. We're on here. Any of these menus, when you go in there, you can see what the settings are. As soon as you go to make a change, you see it right there. You can see what is currently selected. So that's if I want to set it manually. And then the ground stations.
Roger.
That's me selecting Kutaisi, and you can see the TAC hand right there. I'm not gonna take off with that, but we can also set our course to 61 degrees. And that'll get us aligned for the runway. And you'll see once I go out there, I'll actually be perfectly aligned when I get on the center line. So we can start taxiing, put on our nose wheel steering, take our brake off. And something I always tend to do is forget to my ground crew to remove the chocks.
Chief, remove the wheel chocks.
I'd love it if there was an automatic way of setting that. You know what? I don't know if it works on here, but let's see if my go here. Go there. You see the different liveries. That's pretty cool. That looks like kind of Russian. I actually like that. We can take some of the fuel out. We don't need all the fuel. And as always, our tail number 009. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my heading back on. I forgot to mention I am on the Hoggett server. There are currently 2, 4, 5 players on here. There's the Apache. Probably F-18. Yep, F-18. Oh, there's Mirage. So I downloaded the Mirage, but still downloading fuel. Yep. So once the fuel goes, my tail number should change. Hopefully the sound is working. I had a couple recordings I made and they didn't stick. So I'm just gonna test that really quick. Yep. So sound appears to be working. Let's go ahead and turn it on. Alright, appears to be pretty good. Alright, fuel is still coming down. So my recommendation is always in the 14. Have your fuel set the first time, so as you're starting up the aircraft, it's already set up. Let's go ahead and set. Here, bypass that field. I'm not exactly sure what that does, but maybe somebody else can let me know. I don't know what these squares are. I've never seen that before. Contrast stuff. Brightness up. Now, I don't know if anybody's like me, but I don't like my HUD brightness up to where it's like incredibly bright. Unless it's like a very bright day. It's not really for me. Let's see if we're done. Okay. Maybe it's something to do with the skin. But we're gonna go ahead and start taxiing. Now, you don't have to put in a lot of throttle. You don't have to put on a lot of throttle to taxiing the F-14. Those engines back there is basically having two F-16 engines strapped into the backside. This is the 14 Bravo, so more powerful engines, and they come on. They spool up, in my opinion, pretty quickly. Your mileage may vary. This is my new computer in 1440p. I talked about it previously. I couldn't wait to build another computer. Well, it turns out AMD works really well for Sims. However, the other games I play, they stutter a little bit. Primarily World of Warships. You know, it freezes for about 30 seconds. And I don't know if that's because of just peak loads on my computer. But, yeah, for whatever reason, it will freeze up for about 30 seconds at a time, just randomly. I did have to put in an air cooler because the AIO that I purchased for it just didn't work. So we'll go over here and get centered up with the runway. I still don't have pedals though, so I'll be happy when I can get those. So you can see that is pretty much aligned. Let's see. Yeah, just about. 61. That's close enough for government work. So I'm gonna spool up the engines. It won't be an afterburner takeoff. It's gonna be no power. A little squirrely. Gear coming up. Taking the runway heading. Trim. The one issue I have with my HOTAS is that what I use to trim, the hat I use for trimming, is not that precise. Maybe someone can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't need to be going that fast. But the dash line, I feel like that's the reciprocal heading of the runway. Something doesn't appear to be right. Trim is all over the place. Aha, figured it out. Okay. And make sure you neutralize your rudder. We're gonna fly out a little bit. Now what I want to know is why isn't that showing my I just want to get this trimmed out so it's flying level. Because of that. See why I'm not trimmed out. The engines sound weird too. I don't think they've done anything to the engines. Okay. The good thing is we have our tack hand, so we can always find home.
There is a friendly 285, 76 miles, Angels 2, and a Bandit 2-ship, Bra, 285, 53 miles, and a friendly 2-ship, Bra, 270, 65 miles, Angels 17.
Tack hand is on my left hand side over there. Where you will see the runway. No way, that's Kutaisi. It's far too small and it's 16 miles away, so 15 miles. So we can start getting set up for an approach. pulling, which is good. Let's get to about 3,000 feet. I'm gonna slow down to about 300 knots.
There's a friendly 3-ship bra. 210, 53 miles. Damn it, I meant 42 miles. Angels 27. Oh wait, Angels 12.
Thank you, Jester. I can't be the only one that gets annoyed by Jester. So is this? That's weird. What is that? Maybe somebody knows. I don't know. Heading down this way. 8 miles. Straight over that way. Oh, there it is. About 350 knots. Still very high. What I do want to do is I want to set my spoilers and my brakes. I want to have tack hand set. I'm going to set it to landing. Declutters off. Alright. Now we got an E bracket. What I don't understand is why is my path vector, why is that floating? Is it because of crosswind? It is. So that's me putting the rudder in. It's almost like my alignment wasn't correct. It was weird. Tack hand is still set. Knots, 8 miles behind us. We're at 3,800 feet and descending. Keep slowing down. We have a nice long lead in. So I don't want to have crosswind landings on here, because crosswind landings for me are almost impossible. I'm going to put out the speed brake. Miles. $2,400 feet. Right a little bit. It's just barely off. Okay. Really weird. It's like my alignment wasn't complete. So we have slip.
300. 200 feet.
Those ones aloft were crazy.
We took some heavy damage.
Falling up the sky. Oof. Wait. My gear collapsed. Okay. So, help me out, Justin.
Okay, we got nails. 8 o'clock.
You don't give us the option. Too easy. Oh, God. Let's get away from that. Take 2. That's why we practice. Ground crew, power on.
Chief, turn on the ground power.
Air
Copy.
supply
Net
connect.
ground air supply.
Go ahead and
Copy.
arm our ejection
Ground
seats.
power is now on. Ground air supply is now connected. You got it. ICS com check. Can you hear me? Roger.
Oh, I know what happened. I didn't turn these on. Okay. So your flight augmentation
I'm closing the canopy.
right here on all 3 axes. That's where I went wrong. That's why it was so hard to control everything.
Okay, ready to start.
We're not gonna reduce any fuel since it is Christmas.
Request rearming.
And start that. Once we get some hydraulics, the wings will automatically come in. It's like the left engine. I think the hydraulics are on the left engine, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not gonna get this time. Wrong ones. Start the left. This power started. I've never looked at this stuff. This cabin pressure, I'm guessing hydraulic of some sort. Hydraulic systems for the brakes. No. Wing sweep. Some auto. We'll just to do his thing.
Okay.
Just to give us the word, and then now all of our problems should be fixed. Turn taxi lights on. Off, off. That. There we go, that's better. So those dots represent the augmentation being off. How much longer, Justin? I don't want you yelling at me now. While we're waiting on Jester, we can look at the fun little paint. And look at the name. I like this. Admiral Santa Claus and Captain Rudolph here. I love it. This is goofy, but
Ready to taxi.
thank you, Justin. I can break off. Flaps are neutral. Have our ground crew remove the wheel chocks.
Chief, remove the wheel chocks.
Wheel should be down. Nose wheel steering. Forward throttle. Make sure that we center our rudder when we take off this time. We'll make this a quick takeoff. Just clicking away back there. So without that anti-skid, this thing when you land, if you squeeze those brakes just a little too hard, the brakes lock up and you start going for a ride. It's like you're in teacups, if y'all know that ride. Back at the fairgrounds, the fair, just spinning around. Got some weird yawing going on. I think that's just where my throttles aren't evenly matched for the throttle axis. Simat Pro, you can actually set the range of the throw. Right. Oh god, my carcass is on the runway. I'll just bias the right if we can. I'll tell you what, my X56, I didn't have a slider like I have on this, or I could easily use that as a rudder, and trying to do anything with that twist grip was a mess. I don't know at what speed the rudders have authority. Now this isn't like your 16s and your 18s. I could really use some rudder pedals that have some coordinated turns. So what happens is you go into a turn, right? So, oh, that's so much smoother. You definitely want that augmentation on for sure. Oh wow, I knew something was off, but I couldn't put my fingers on it. When you go into a turn, you naturally start to descend into the turn. So what you gotta do is give it opposite rudder. And it helps you get your turn coordinated so you're flying a level turn. Well, that's the gist of it.
We've got a Bandit 3 ship, Bra 300, 46 miles.
I feel like they did something to the sound with this update. I know Heat Blur did some things. That's static like popping. You hear that? I don't remember hearing that before. Maybe that's just me. Alright, we don't have the tack hand set, so let's go ahead and set the tack hand down.
Rudder.
Let's see. We'll get that set and we'll get the range data. Yeah, we'll go ahead and get everything set up for landing. Set the both. Start slowing down. A little over 400 knots. I don't think we're gonna get it. There it is. All right. Right behind us.
Friendly 3-ship, Bra, 270, 29 miles, Angel 17.
Now we're just gonna use the TACAN to find the field. We're gonna set this for VFR landing.
There is a friendly, Bra, 200, 61 miles, Angels 12.
Did we take off from Kutaisi? Yeah, we did. And we are flying back. Okay, perfect. A little triangle denotes Kutaisi. If you had a steer point up on the heading tape, you would see a triangle up there. Speed, we're 10 miles out. I'm going to purposely fly high just so I can get eyes on the field. Directly ahead of us. I will say it makes a world of difference. On 1440p. Up there it is right there. Okay. Let me set for a straight in. Speed break out. Landing. Right now it's behaving as an auto. So we get this path marker. Path marker, but the that's set up on the. So we're going to have to intentionally aim shy of the runway because otherwise we would overshoot it. So much better, y'all. 2,000 feet, 3 miles out. We'd already want to be established by now. We'll keep heading in. I think we're 15 units of
500.
15 units of angle attack.
400. 300.
We're still not there. Alright, we're gonna abort this landing. I'm gonna go around. Steer coming up. Speed break in. Shooting the aircraft.
traffic. Stratobladder. Yeah, 5 o'clock. High. 12 miles.
I think for 3 degrees, you're gonna be at about 3,000 feet, 10 miles out. I think is the general rule of thumb. I'm gonna go ahead and climb up here, get to 3,000. And we'll extend out. About 2,500 feet. So what I like to do is use the autopilot to help me out. Miles. That's 3,000. I'm going to turn in. A little power. Feel myself pulling back on the stick. Do that. So we weren't stabilized on that approach in the first place, so we should have never even attempted it that last go around. Even on high settings for even on high settings at 1800, it's hard to make out any details really, except for like gross details. By gross, I don't mean nasty. Of course, I mean larger targets, things of that sort. Trying to make out tanks and AA. Incredibly difficult. Go gear down. Gear coming down. One for power. Speed brake out. In line with the runway. A little high. Or a lot high for 5,000 feet. So I really ballooned right there. So you get spoiled in a 16. This flaps coming down. Still very high. The same spot as last time. So we're gonna be both too high and too fast. It's not a good combination. We at 2.5 miles out. You'd ideally probably want to be at what, 800 to 1,000. Just trimming this, trying to get our to the right or left. safety bracket this time. Get over.
$100 feet. 50, 30, 10.
Gotta figure out what's going on. Gotta figure out what's going on. You know, third time's a charm, or so I've been led to believe. Oh, I forgot to say happy holidays to everybody. Anyone that's out here watching. Let me make sure I'm just not losing my mind. Let's hop on the 16 and do a quick little trip around the block. Oh God, that looks bad. Alright. Get out of here, pilot. Don't need you. Knock out my protest real quick. Go to the top south. Start. It's just so quick to get a 16 up and going. And restore heading. That is now aligning. HUD on. Hammocks on. See the lining. It's pretty cool. Now we don't have to, but we can so we're already ready. If you get down to 10, it's I believe the best. You don't touch any of the flight surfaces in here, else it's gonna throw the alignment off. Just like that, we're ready to roll. I'm gonna go ahead and just go right now. That's what I'm saying. The 14 is just so much different than the 16. But I don't know what I'm doing wrong, because I haven't had these problems in the past with landing the 14. I was actually surprised at how well my flights have gone so far. Because I have rudder pedals, I have to pick one or the other, throttle or control the rudder. Because eventually you get to the point where you're going so fast the brakes have no real authority. Turn the runway right here. Before I forget. Well, it's just a tack hand. Blue line is where the tack hand is coming from. We already know that the course is 61. Let that be for a second. So there's actually on the Orion throttle quadrant, there's 2 sliders. And a lot of times I go for the wrong one. I mean, I pretty much know that last time my vertical speed was just too high. I think it's honestly those are just, I don't know, maybe it's putting the camera on, you know, I'm trying to show off. So it's hard to get established. Because the fly-by-wire, like the augmentation in the 16 and the 18, it's like a cheat code. You don't have to be the best pilot. So we go ahead and line that up, make sure we have it set up, off, flaps up, stores config, okay, yep, there we go. Rudder, I mean we're light, we have nothing, so it's not a big deal. Turn the nose wheel steering off. Oh, I'm going way fast. Stop paying attention for 1 second, that's what happens. So we are set up for a runway 61. That's rudder. I remember neutralize. See, you wouldn't have that problem if you have actual rudder pedals because it will legitimately let you know. Feet. I'll come back on the power. Apply the reciprocal. It's actually 6-1 right there. So, it wasn't 6-1. It's runway. Runway 07. Yeah, you can't have a runway 6-1. So 07, reciprocal of that is 25, runway 25, so that's what we're going to come back in and land on. We're going to trim this handle still. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Tap flare.
That works. Brakes out, gears coming out, come on the power. I have no rudder control. We're gonna do it again. Go out the way, pilot.
Altitude. Altitude.
Going up. Basically, you point the nose where you want it to go, and it finds its own angle of attack to hold that. Like, for example, putting back on the speed, I'm trying to hold it level. See my angle of attack increasing. Not a good angle. Greasing these landings like I would like to.
Altitude. Altitude.
Throttle. little dashed lines, if I can get those lined up with the end of the runway. That's a 3-degree angle attack. Okay, whatever. Proof of concept. It ain't the prettiest, but it'll work. What happened right there was I got too slow and then turned my nose wheel steering on. Alright. Let's do something real stupid. Let's go in. Why did that? F-14. You know, I bet I would grease it in the F5. People already shooting fireworks off. Well, I mean, I guess it's Christmas now, but remarkable F5. There's a reason why we still use this as our trainer for jet aircraft. Let's see what everyone else is doing. So we have that field to ourselves. Makes me nervous that people are shooting off fireworks all willy-nilly. Looks like he might have missed. I'm just gonna guess. I'm gonna venture to guess that he missed.
Disconnect ground air supply.
Copy. Ground air supply is now disconnected.
Request rearming.
Copy.
Let's get him out the way. Stand by. Oxygen is on. That's gonna warm up and turn on eventually once we put it operational. Same thing, make sure everything is set.
Rearming complete.
Taxiway lights on, just so we have everything set. We're gonna go to there. I think we have it on this one, this one, this one, this one. Don't want to jettison anything. Just so we're good to go when the time comes. The reason I'm putting that on is because I was actually flying this and had to get foggy on me. Alright, let's go. Single, single. Shouldn't turn that on the ground, but there it is regardless. That's my ranges set. Okay. I don't remember where the elevation is at. Oh, that's. That's set. Should I reset the field elevation? If we want to, we can set the TACAN. I like to do it. $31. For beep 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 beep. I'm gonna have the IFF on because what's the point? Alright, once we get up in the air, we should get it. I think we're set. Right. I will say, I literally hate taxiing the F5 because you have to hold in the nose wheel steering. I just about something. Never unlocked my throttle project. I wish it would redesign that. It's literally so hard to find the toggle for it. Alright. Alright. Let's see what kind of waypoints we have set. Okay, the first one is literally down there. We're going to rocket that out. Oh, it's literally waypoint 1. Okay. Let's steer point 1. $191. Someone knows why if you put the flaps on in the F5, they get really messed up. I would love to know why. Let's make sure we don't have our speed brakes out. Oh, was it because the speed brakes were out? Is that what it was? Nope, that's not it. Definitely hitting the flap switch. Okay. Someone knows, let me know. So we're taking off in full flaps. Should be plenty long enough. I need to put some curve on this slider for the F5. That's centered. Before we take off, let's do the right thing. And let's lift the nose. Try one more time for my flaps to come up. Alright. On the brakes. Full lap to running. Takes forever. There we go. My gear bound. I guess we're just stuck with full flaps. I'm gonna turn to 190. Got that ground clutter on the radar. Go too far. F5 is on the aircraft. I need to rebind my know there's a setting for rockets for the depression, but I don't remember what it is, so I'm not even gonna bother. I'm just gonna not say we did. There's any targets left down there? Oh, plenty. See on my way up the distance, that's the range right there. Now we need to rebind this. Roll over 4,000 feet, get a little more altitude. Although there's a tower right there. Good plane, but the engines are pathetic. here, I don't have chaff. I don't have. Right here. These flaps are a nuisance.
I wish I knew why.
Sharp, you out of range. You gotta trim so much to try and trim out the additional trim you have with that the flaps in. It's just useless. See if we can land this thing. Miles off the nose. Anybody see it? Let me know, because I surely don't. So that's so we're now empty, so memory serves me correct, it's about 190 or 160 we approach. Touchdown at 140-ish, somewhere in there. Miles off the nose. Oh, I see it now. I only got it trimmed out. all my mapping is like situationally. It's like it's dropping all the mapping. That's because my gear isn't down. Raiders are still on. I'm frying everybody on this base. Oh, we start off in Koki. Thought it was Sanaki. Oh yeah, Sanaki Koki. Okay. Alright, well. I wonder what happens. If I do that. Did the gear collapse? Oh, I have the wrong flat button bound. Okay, that is good to know. So, I need to rebind that. There's a lot I need to rebind. Share and flare and chaff. Trying to get to. Alright, you know what? We're just gonna kill the fuel. That. Let's turn that off. Stop frying everybody. Yeah, where's the battery at? There's lights. Right here, I don't remember. Oh, I didn't realize all these fuses were actually modeled. That's pretty cool. Left engine, right engine. That can come down. Close that. Safe. It's been a while since I've flown this thing. For the one time. Oh, there it is. Battery off. What's that whirring? No, I don't know. I'm getting caught up in all the stupid stuff. That's an hour and a half. It's Christmas. I wish you all a Merry Christmas. Spend it with the ones you love. Battery is off. What is going on? Okay. Never mind. Spend it with the ones you love. I'm going to call that a night. I will see you all later.